Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news now, folks. If you've been paying attention to the NFL landscape lately, you already know that the offseason has been buzzing with rumors, trades, and big moves, but nothing quite as sensational as the potential acquisition of Shedeur Sanders by the Detroit Lions. Yes, you heard that right. Shedeur Sanders, the son of the legendary Deion Sanders, who has been making waves in college football and now looks poised to make an impact in the NFL. The buzz about him moving to Detroit is gaining serious traction, and it could be one of the most strategic moves the Lions could make in their quest to stay competitive and build for the future. Let's take a moment to set the stage. The Lions, coming off a season where they showed significant promise, are now eyeing their next steps. Jared Goff, the veteran quarterback who led Detroit to a playoff appearance and proved that he can still be a top-tier passer, is entering his 30s. As we all know, at that age, quarterbacks are still capable of performing at a high level. But the writing is on the wall that the Lions need to start thinking about succession planning. Goff, who will turn 31 in October, has been a reliable leader and a steady presence under center. But the NFL is a league that always demands the future to be secured today. Behind Goff, the Lions have Hendon Hooker, a promising young talent who has shown flashes of brilliance during his limited NFL action. Still, there's a question mark about whether Hooker can be the franchise quarterback should Goff face injuries, or if the team needs to make a bold move to ensure their quarterback stability in the long run. The Lions have been smart about this, investing in Hooker and giving him opportunities to learn, but at the same time, they know that having a future star in the pipeline is crucial. That's where Shedeur Sanders potentially comes into play. Now, here's the interesting part. The NFL offseason and roster management are all about strategic moves. The Cleveland Browns, for example, are currently in a quarterback dilemma. Shedeur Sanders, who has been impressive during his college career with a 69.6% completion rate, over 300 yards, 134 touchdowns, and just 27 interceptions in 4 seasons, might be on the move. According to reports from Ashley Bastock, a highly respected Browns beat reporter, Cleveland is already leaning toward Joe Flacco as their starting quarterback for the upcoming season. Flacco, with his extensive experience and familiarity with Kevin Stefanski's offense, has been impressing during spring practices, giving him the edge over Sanders in their quarterback competition. The Browns, with a roster that currently includes 5 quarterbacks, are in a tricky position. They need to cut down to 53 players, and the quarterback position is one of the most hotly contested. Given Sanders' value and potential, there's talk that Cleveland might consider trading him instead of releasing him outright. And the team that's been rumored as a potential landing spot, the Detroit Lions. Now, why would the Lions be interested? Well, for starters, Goff's age and the limited ceiling of his backup, Hendon Hooker, mean Detroit is always looking for the next big thing at quarterback. Shedeur Sanders, with his impressive college stats and his potential for development, fits the profile of a player who could benefit immensely from sitting behind a seasoned veteran like Jared Goff for at least a season. Think about it. Sanders would have the perfect environment to grow as a passer, learn the NFL game, and refine his decision-making. That's a huge advantage, especially considering how crucial it is for young quarterbacks to sit and learn, rather than being thrown into the fire too soon. And let's not forget, Sanders' college highlights include a completion percentage of nearly 70%, which is one of the highest among prospects entering the league. His arm talent, combined with his ability to read defenses, makes him a very intriguing prospect. The Lions would be getting a quarterback who, with proper development, could become the franchise QB of the future. This move would also send a clear message to the NFC North. Detroit is investing in their future, not just trying to squeeze out another winning season. They're building a dynasty, and having a young quarterback like Sanders on the roster is a key piece of that puzzle. But what about the challenges? Sure, Shedeur needs to improve in areas like not holding the ball too long and making quicker decisions under pressure. Those are typical growing pains for any young quarterback, but with the right coaching staff, he could quickly adapt. The Lions' offensive system, which has been productive under Jared Goff, would serve as a solid foundation for Sanders to learn and thrive. The coaching staff, focused on player development, could help him fine-tune his mechanics, improve his pocket awareness, and sharpen his decision-making, exactly what he needs to take his game to the next level. Now, imagine the scenario where Sanders sits behind Goff for a season or two, absorbing knowledge, watching how the game unfolds at the NFL level, and gradually taking on more responsibility. The Lions would be securing their long-term future at quarterback, ensuring continuity and consistency in their offense. Plus, with Sanders' college production, it's not far-fetched to think he could step in when the time is right and lead Detroit back to the promised land. And it's not just about the future. The Lions are a team that has been building momentum for the past few seasons, showing resilience and a strong team culture. They've got a solid defense, a dynamic running game, and now, with a potentially upgraded quarterback position, they could become even more dangerous. The NFC North is highly competitive, with teams like the Vikings and Packers always lurking, but Detroit is positioning itself to be the team to beat for years to come. So, the potential acquisition of Shedeur Sanders could be a game-changer. It's a move that would show the Lions' commitment to building a sustainable winning culture. It would also send a message to the rest of the division that Detroit isn't just content with being a playoff team. They want to be champions, and that means having a future superstar quarterback ready to take over when the time comes. The NFL is all about strategic moves, and the Lions are clearly thinking ahead. They're balancing the present with their eyes on the future, and bringing in Sanders could be the perfect piece to complete their puzzle. Whether or not this trade happens, it's exciting to see a team that's already competitive looking to elevate even further. And for us fans, it's an incredible time to be a Lions supporter, knowing that the team is actively planning for sustained success and greatness down the line. Pause here, just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. As we wrap up this deep dive, remember that the NFL offseason is always full of surprises, and a move like trading for Shedeur Sanders could redefine the Lions' future. It's not just about one player, it's about the vision, the strategy, and the relentless pursuit of excellence that Detroit is known for. The Lions are on the cusp of something special, and whether or not Sanders ends up in Detroit, one thing is clear. This team is hungry, motivated, and ready to take the next step. The NFC North better watch out, because the Lions are not just content with being contenders, they want to dominate. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Do you think trading for Shedeur Sanders makes sense? Are you excited about the future of your team and the possibility of seeing Sanders in the Honolulu blue and silver? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. Thanks for being with me today, and as always, go Lions!